So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Thon Maker's checked in for Cousins. Blake Griffin comes in for Doumbouya. Kanawha. Pistons making a change here. Shea's checked in. Detroit with the ball. Brown outside. From deep, Shea. Offensive rebound. And the basket by Maker. Maker's got his first 2 points of the night. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Lee passes to Thompson. Here's Pascal. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
And a deep three from Shea. A second chance effort. Griffin. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
For Detroit, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. First one falls for him. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And he can't hit the second.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
Over to the wing. There's the 3. Rebounded by Maker. Shea inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Well, this is part of his rise to being an NBA player. Shea does such a good job of drawing contact.
And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws.
I'd say this guy gathered a ton of endorsements before even entering the NBA. So in light of that, you love how well-grounded Shea is.
Shea, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for the Detroit Pistons. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today, and we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Green down low with Looney. Lee out there with Steph Curry. And it's Pascal in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And so Brown will bring it up for the Pistons. A 2-point game. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Let's remember that GMs weren't sure about his dedication to the game, but Shea's answered those questions with absolutely sensational play.
And he sinks the second.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Curry kicks it to Looney. Green deciding where to go with it. Pass to Curry from past the arc. Again, Curry missing.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from 3 is not the answer.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Free throw good from Brown. The Warriors making a switch here. Bazemore is checked in. And Detroit with a change here, too. Doumbouya is checked in. And Brown drops them both. Here's Lee. To the paint, pulls up. Almost, but it rolls out.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Brown the pass to Che. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Lee outside, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Che inside, guarded by Curry. Good. That's 7 points for Blake Griffin.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Pass to Curry. The tray. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I'll tell you, off the dribble drive, Che has proven he is unafraid. And the first one at the line is good. Hernangomez is checked in for Golden State. And then for Detroit, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Griffin. And it's Richardson in for Brown. And both free throws good for Che.
And the free throw shooting has been excellent tonight. And how often do we get to say that?
Curry passes to Hernangomez. Back to Curry. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Che.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Richardson against Lee. And there's the pass to Curry. Pulls up on the wing. Here's Hernangomez. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
They kept quick to the punch. Good anticipation by Willie, that time owning the offensive glass.
And Che gets it to go on the assist by Richardson. Richardson's got 3 assists tonight. Warriors trail by 8. Bazemore with it. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Nice D from Cousins.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
And the jam by Doumbouya.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Lee outside. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. And here we go. Che heading to the hoop. And Che throws it down.
The defense has got to start to make adjustments because Shea just keeps putting it to them.
Timeout called the Warriors. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alder.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He got on them. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game. I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Thompson from long range sinks the three-pointer.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone. Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Now here's Curry, covered by Shea. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to 11 as the basket is hit from Stephen Curry.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Cousins dishes to Shea. No good on the shot. The Warriors go the other way. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Launches a three, and another three for Golden State.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Bazemore passes to Hernan Gomez. And Bazemore gets to Green. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Detroit leading by 5. Pass to Jackson. Back to Jay. Doumbouya with it, working on Green. Doumbouya passes to Shea. And they double up Shea. And just miss after miss right now. Bazemore against Jackson. Count it, good. Now just a 3-point Detroit lead.
Nobody you want taking that shot more than Steph Curry. What a pressure player.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're in front by 3. And 1:01 left in the game. Detroit with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. Shea dishes to Jackson. Shea kicks to Cousins. Jackson passes to Shea. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Shea's got 36.
Shea comes up big. This guy has worked so hard. Nice to see him deliver.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Richardson.
Well, gets his man in the air with the pump fake, and Clay gets himself to the free throw line. So quick on that release.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
And an intentional foul right there. There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. It's Jay, top of the key. Jackson misses.
And his defense is so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Both good from the line that time.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Well, what a performer this guy is. Game is on the line. He stands up and delivers.
Timeout called the Warriors. They trail by 4. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. At the tip, it's good on the putback.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Gaskell misses the tray. And so the big win by Detroit in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.
And David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to catch up with our special post-game guest.
Hey, what's up? It's Shaq.
And thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille.
Welcome to another episode of NBA 2K TV. There is so much going on in 2K.
The Grizzlies sporting their best look as they came into the building earlier. That's how to make an entrance on the road. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morant.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Winslow in at the 3 slot. And for Detroit, we've got Josh Jackson. Doumbouya is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Shea. And it's Richardson in a shooting guard. Chris, what would you tell a young player that maybe a couple years ago burst onto the scene, were sensational, but have been plateauing, maybe even regressing a little bit?
I tell them success is a journey. But even if they would have won a Rookie of the Year award last year or a championship, that doesn't make them successful if they don't come with that same work ethic the next year. So if you've had a down year, that does not matter. You're supposed to learn from it and make this year better as well. So I would say get back to the drawing board, get back to working hard, watch a lot of tape, be honest with yourself, and focus on how to get better. Now, positive mentality, let's go forward.
Good direction. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Shea. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Nice rhythm on that play. Getting Shea a good look within the flow of the offense.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. I asked which players he was looking at on the scouting report, and he said Josh Richardson is their bellwether, a great defender and long-range threat. He's a worker, and we've got to make him work tonight. Although, Kevin, working is what got Josh Richardson here in the first place.
Thank you, David.
And I love the confidence with which Jackson plays. Even when the D is bodying him up, he just powers through it.
Here's Morant. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
They're finding every shot they've wanted so far. Perfect 3-for-3 start.
Richardson outside. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Cousins inside, guarded by Valanciunas. Sinks the triple. Shea's got 6.
This is who you want shooting the ball for you. Shea with tremendous confidence from distance.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, Valanciunas is a nice piece to have. He's a big man who's a nightly double-double threat.
Shea with it. He's picked up by Morant. Richardson, no luck.
And he's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Jackson gets it to go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a perfect 4-for-4 start for them. Now they're just getting all the shots they want.
Jackson kicks to Shea. Winslow against Jackson. Kicks it out to Shea. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 9 points for Shea.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
Doumbouya passes to Jackson. Morant with the steal. Pass to Winslow. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Winslow's got his second bucket.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside of him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
And it's Shea missing. The Grizzlies have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Knocks it loose. Brooks outside. Now the pass to Valanciunas. Winslow with it. Fires from deep. No good on that one. Good D by Che. Here's the lob to the hoop. And the jam by Doumbouya.
There are some things you just can't teach. That's Che with tremendous awareness for where everyone is around him.
Brooks, the pass to Morant. And a miss there on the triple.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving them.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, and you see right there, Che's ability to read the defense and make the right play.
Here's Morant. Count that one.
He's got some pep in his step tonight. I wonder what he had to eat last night. I mean, very solid first quarter for him at the offensive end.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to...
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah. This kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
They've got Che. Josh Jackson out there with Doumbouya. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Jones, the pass to Jackson. Shoots over Doumbouya. Jackson misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Shea with it. Jones covering. Here's Che, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Pistons shooting their first free throw tonight.
And thus far, really not their year when you talk about free throw shooting. Only around a 70% clip on the season.
Detroit making a switch. Richardson's checked in.
If anyone that feels like summer league doesn't matter, Che is a shining example of why it does. It's part of how he got his shot in this league.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Che in the last game against the Warriors was a man on a mission. He added 37 points, and the energy he played with was amazing, willing his way to a double-double. Very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, right. And I'm sure he wants to come out in attack mode. The other key for him is to continue to get to his spots on the floor.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Cousins throws it down.
And when Cousins gets some speed behind him, he can really take off an incredible dunker off the drive.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Fades. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 8 points.
I mean, since he's wide open, he's got time to add a little style with the fadeaway.
Richardson dishes to Che. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Good. And it's Che picking up the assist. Che's got 5 assists tonight. Jones, the pass to Brooks. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Valanciunas. The shot misses. Nice D from Cousins. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. And now, in the first half of December, more games under our belt. The power rankings starting to take shape. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
Well, right now for the Pistons,
they've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
And you look at Morant. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, here are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
Oh, I love the rabid intensity right there. Valanciunas, he is capable of doing real damage on the offensive boards. He's got 9 points on 3-pointers in the first quarter, but still looking for his first 3 of the second. His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 5-point game. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, and there's really no excuse for it, GA. I mean, they know they need to play in more control.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Some changes for Memphis. Willie Cauley-Stein.
Take a break.
Their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
That's good from Winslow. So he hits both. And so we conclude the first half. It's Detroit up by 9. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, DeMarcus. A very good first half for the team. Tell us about how discipline has helped focus the way you guys play.
We've actually been practicing what we're preaching now, so it's carrying over into the game. I mean, we've been doing that so far, and we've been pretty good so far.
Yeah, thanks for your time, DeMarcus. We appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. We've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, the defense didn't do a very good job of staying connected to him. We'll see if they make an adjustment.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Winslow in at the 3. And the foul called on Shea. That's his first foul. Just when you look around the NBA, which player most emulates the style and approach that you have? And you were special.
You see that? It's tough trying to alter his focus. I mean, Valanciunas is great at staying in control.
Shea kicks to Richardson. Floats it up for Shea. That shot no good. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Pass to Winslow. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Grizzlies have shot 6 of 7 at the line. That's good from Winslow. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Pistons leading by 8. Shea drives in, and Shea throws it down.
Well, it's been this way for most of the night. Shea displaying the vast arsenal on the offensive end.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pass to Morant. Back to Brooks. Pass to Valanciunas. It's Morant in the corner. Off target from outside.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but hasn't been successful.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
The Pistons have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one early. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's a high-level finish from Morant, showing more strength than he's really given credit.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
On the free throw, no good. Pistons leading by 11. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you.
And he delivers another blow. Something's gotten into him this quarter. He's carrying them offensively.
On the wing, Jackson. It's hauled in by Richardson. Pistons have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Down low, it's tipped. Here's Doumbouya. Cousins trying to free himself up and out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Ja Morant. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. 6th in assists, 7th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Aaron Baines comes in for Valanciunas, and Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. The feed to Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Whenever Cousins get that close to the basket, it's game over for the D. He is such a forceful presence, especially when he's dunking.
Outside, Jones. Count it. Jones has got 6.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Pistons leading by 11. Releases. And it's Shea missing. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Grizzlies. They're 6th best right now, looking to make a move up in the standings.
And for the Grizzlies, they're one of the NBA's early season success stories. They've made an immediate push toward the top of the standings.
Greg, I wish I could say I saw this coming, but I had no idea. They put it together so early. Tremendous job by the coaching staff.
Pistons have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And he knocks down the first one. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game, so anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score, don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too right. Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Brooks.
He's such an effective scorer. Brooks knows when he should look to capitalize from this area.
And here's Che outside, and Baines pulls it down. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And it's Brooks that time on the assist by Winslow. Brooks has got 9 points here in the second half.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
When D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
There's Winslow. 9 points in the game so far. The pass to Baines. Brooks outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's Winslow. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Shea with the ball. Outside for Griffin. Covered by Winslow. Chang. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
We all know Che's a tricky cover. He could beat you and draw contact in so many different ways.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Cauley Stein comes in for Aaron Baines, and it's Morant in for Jackson. He's perfect from the line this time.
Good sign that he's getting to the line a lot here in the second half, putting pressure on the D.
1:14 left to play in the third. Here's Clark. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Here's Morant. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so Brooks will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Kennard, the pass to Che. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
There's Winslow. Here's Cauley Stein. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Winslow's got 4 assists in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Pistons keeping it alive, a new 14. Griffin passes to Che. Morant with the steal. Here's Brooks. That's good from 17 feet away. Brooks has got 14 points for the game.
What sound fundamentals and shooting mechanics that Brooks has. I mean, he makes defenders pay for him.
Che, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for Detroit. He has been a determined scorer today. 29 points altogether for him, and I think there's more where that came from. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Maker out there with Griffin. Then there's Brown. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Brooks in at the point guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now here's Che. Tight defense on him. And they double up Che. Morant with the steal. And then Clark slams it in.
What's amazing about Morant, he racks up steals even though he doesn't naturally gamble a lot.
Now here's Che. D right on him. He kicks to Richardson. Jackson against Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
And Jackson has got the complete package down low. Loves putting the D in a compromising position.
And the first one drops.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Dillon Brooks. He's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein.
And they are excited about Jackson. A high motor guy with a ton of room to grow and also displays terrific leadership on both ends.
Here's the dish to Che. Inside. It's deflected. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Brooks. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Richardson. Che passes to Jackson. Here's Che. And he overshot that one, missing.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
Brooks misses.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Feeds to Jackson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Maker. Winslow's checked in for the Grizzlies. On defense, the Grizzlies trailing here by 8.
It's been a clinical performance. He's played a huge role and has them in position to grab the W.
And that one's good. Morant.
Well, you see the burst. Morant, very hard to catch once he gains a step.
To the middle. Here's Che. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The first one falls. Second free throw, no good. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, you got your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
Cousins dishes to Doumbouya. Che passes to Cousins. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And it's Memphis on the break. Brooks with no one around. And again, Memphis no good. Pistons leading by 7. Morant with the steal. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. And there it is for him. Morant's got 20.
And this is what you want from your leader. No moment is too big for Morant.
Back to Che. The 11-footer. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got 4 assists now tonight. Morant. Covered by Shea. And the rejection by Cousins.
And the defensive Cousins making his presence known with the quick leaping ability which he uses to block shots.
Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Memphis. Winslow with it. Dishes to Valanciunas. Here's Morant. Softly drops in the floater. Morant's got 8 points in the quarter.
Just to make him a little more unstoppable, Morant's developed a deadly tantrum.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Shea.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Pistons leading by 5. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Winslow. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
An improved playmaker who does a solid job distributing the rock. Don't sleep on Brooks' vision.
From deep, Shea drills it from outside. Shea's got 37.
He just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. Kicks to Winslow. Memphis moving that ball around. Clock at 4. Rebound, Detroit. Cousins has got 8 rebounds in this game. That one, no good. Nice feed from Valanciunas. Passes it to Winslow. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. And it's 13 points for Justice Winslow.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not 7? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Oh, what a huge basket from Cousins. He knows he's the #1 option on offense when the game is on the line.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. To the inside. Up it goes, and the Piston lead is cut back down to 4 with the made basket from Morant.
That's a Ja Morant special, ripping the hearts out of the opponent.
Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. It falls, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Right side Jackson. Shea kicks to Jackson. Pass to Richardson. Over Brooks. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
Well, you're right. Time is of the essence. You got to move. Hard to ignore the mental aspect of Brooks' game. I mean, he's locked in when it matters most.
Shea passes to Cousins. Jackson with the bounce pass. Shea, right side. For the win. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. So Detroit will get the first possession. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Winslow in at the 3, the small forward. To the paint, here's Morant. It's good, the assist this time from Jackson. Morant's got the first basket here in overtime for Memphis. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. The Pistons trail it. And here's Che. And the pass to Griffin. Back to Che. And the layup's good off the glass. Che's got 39.
Oh, you can tell Che wants the ball in this situation. He understands it's a crucial point in the game.
Valanciunas against Cousins. Now here's Valanciunas. 5 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. From deep, Brooks. They get it back. No good from Valanciunas.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Shea's shot is off. Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. Winslow dishes to Morant. It counts, and the foul. It's going to be on Che.
Well, when you have a guy like Morant, an elite ball handler who can hit from anywhere, there's no real limit to the points he can score. As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball game.
Pistons trail by 3. Morant with the steal. By himself and finished off by Morant.
So good at making plays in the open floor, whether Morant's running the break or finishing.
A little over a minute and a half gone now here in overtime. Pass to Cousins. Good, and the assist goes to Che. And 12 points here for Cousins.
Oh, man. And in these moments, Cousins is ready to take these shots. He does not shy away from the big moment.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
And one of the younger players to enter the 2019 draft, Morant, wise beyond his years.
The Grizzlies with another miss. Detroit's got neither of their first 2 3-point attempts to fall here in overtime. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, really? Cousins is so big and strong that you really have to whack him to prevent him from scoring. He welcomes contact with open arms and one.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. He dishes it to Morant. There's the lob to Jackson. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Shea's shot is off. Basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
Free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. So it gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, those free throws helping them to make the lead even safer.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Awful display from him so far, but you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And they go to the intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 7. 5 seconds left in the first overtime. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I'm really curious to see what their strategy is at this point. You can't afford any wasted possessions.
That's a 2 from Snell. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably that this one would be that close down the wire. But give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime. And this win has to feel satisfying.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
Hey, what you working on? Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Get over here. Look, let's put that game behind us right now. It's just one, and we have another one just ahead. Let's just get focused and prepare for it. We gotta find a way to limit transition baskets if we stand any chance of winning games. All right, let's get right into some transition drills. Very strong. Now let's move on to the next drill. That's all you. Let's go. Great energy in practice. Don't leave the gym without putting some individual work in.
Thank you so much for joining us on 2K TV. It's nice to have you on the
Welcome to 2K. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Davis.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Early out there with Cook. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2-guard. And for the Pistons, Josh Jackson out there with Doumbouya. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Richardson. And it's Shea in at the guard position. From downtown, And no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
Players are sure racking up a lot of miles, Clark. A lot of games, a lot of flights, a lot of late nights, early mornings. But in some ways, it must be easier these days than it was, say, 20 years ago when you were playing.
It's easier now than it was when I played. I mean, we had commercial flights and 6 a.m. flights. These guys now actually have charter services. Heck, I often think that the guys before me had it much worse than I did. So it's all relative. But clearly, it's hard, it's demanding, but they also have the very best of care in getting to and from the cities across the league.
And Cousins kicks to Che. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
And that pass is right in Che's shooting pocket. He's not going to waste any time rising up for the J.
There's the pass to James. And they double up James. Now the dish to Early. Pass to Cook. LeBron against Jackson. Davis. That one, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Frank Vogel. And Dave, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, I asked him what are some of your main concerns, and he said, we're dealing with a team that can really light it up from the outside. So it's essential that we don't give them open looks from deep, or we'll be in trouble. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the 3 ball is a big concern for any defense. And here is Los Angeles now, following the 3-point attempt by Che. Here's the 3. Horton Tucker's shot is off. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to Memphis. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And, you know, that right there is a case of Che knowing how to use his body to not only shield the defender, but to get the and one chance, too.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
LeBron passes to Early. Back to LeBron. Makes it off the glass. James has got his second basket of the night.
You know, at 6'8", with the ball skills that James has, he handles it like a guard. He can get wherever he wants to off the dribble.
Outside Jackson. Back to Che. It's stolen by Davis. Floats it up for James. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. The Pistons trailing. To the middle. Here's Che. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Che's got 7.
Hey, major props to Josh Jackson. Made an intelligent play there. Has a good feel for when his guys have a clean look.
The drive by James. It's good.
That's 4 connections and 5 tries now for him in what's been a great first quarter.
On the wing, Jackson. Back to Che. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Cook dishes to Davis. Knocked loose. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor? Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Kennard kicks to Shea. And it's the Lakers on the break. Shea is out there with Kennard. Then it's Josh Jackson. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Detroit right now. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch.
And he chose the conservative finish with the nice, easy layup, which was a good decision.
Now here's Shea. Defense is right there.
Shea making it look so easy, dropping that nice room service dime there.
And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Horton Tucker, the pass to Davis. A nice passing here by Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope trying to break free. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
That's an excellent starting list. And so he makes both from the line. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Grizzlies had a huge game. He picked up 39 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He was unguardable all game long. He took whatever the defense gave up. I'm sure he wants to do that again tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Still a ways to go between now and the three-point contest, but it's always fun to talk about it. Let's see who has the best shot to earn a spot in this year's event.
And maybe this list changes between now and All-Star Weekend, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if it stays exactly the same as it is right now.
He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
I think it's important that Jackson cash in from outside the arc. Really comfortable from this area of the floor.
Timeout called the Lakers. Let's have a look at some league leaders from the last 10 games. Here are the highest scoring point guards in the NBA during that time. Shea, number 1.
And you can't say enough about the value of a player like him. I mean, who can attack a defense in so many different ways from the point.
Exactly. It's just not his ability to distribute the basketball. I mean, it's the scoring punch that he provides as well. That's, to me, what makes him special as a dual-threat point guard.
Down low. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. James with the ball. Yep, that one goes. LeBron's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And Shea with the basket on the assist by Jackson. And it's 13 points for Shea.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
High post Cousins. The shot, no good. Davis with some nice D. The Lakers trail. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Richardson.
Yeah, you know, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, his quickness can be overwhelming at times.
Tries it from 19. The shot off that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Kentavious, you guys came out with a lot of energy in the first half. What got you going?
Like you said, we came out with a lot of energy. We wanted to get...
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Cook out there with Irving, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 spot. From 13, he squares up and sinks it. Horton Tucker's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles. Detroit's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. And the dunk by James.
So special and exciting to watch greatness. LeBron James tonight playing at the highest level.
Richardson outside. Back to Shea. Kicks to Doumbouya. Shea outside. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
He is just a monster on the boards. And with those soft hands Cousins has, he's going to turn those offensive rebounds into putbacks almost every time.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
Richardson the pass to Shea. The feed to Doumbouya. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Cousins dishes to Che. Just 4 to shoot. Can't hit from 12.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a group.
Lakers leading by 13, and the Lakers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at the Lakers. Here in the early part of the season, they've acquired the 3rd best record in the conference.
And I think for the Lakers, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Loads it up for Davis, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Looking at some numbers for Josh Jackson, how his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up 6 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Che. First in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Griffin's checked in for Detroit. And it's in there. Augustine's got the lead up to 13 now for the Lakers.
You know, it's obvious and easy to talk about Augustine's speed. He's a speed merchant, but how about his creativity there?
Griffin passes to Che. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Lakers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Horton Tucker, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Griffin on the double team. Outside for Davis. From outside, off the mark.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Bradley's checked in for the Lakers. From 13, and it's in off the backboard. Bradley's got his first 2 points.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Pistons, number 1.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Outside, Davis. Down low. And that one's good, Caruso. Caruso's got 13.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Griffin dishes to Che.
On the inside now, Che will battle you. He'll fight. Doesn't let contact rattle him.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Lakers.
And guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Mark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game. Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
Tipped away. Here's Augustine, and Maker sends it back.
And the difference Maker has on this end, love whenever he gets up to swat shots back.
Another miss by Che.
And even though the quarter has been a struggle, it doesn't look like he's lost his confidence. He keeps looking for a shot.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And yes, it's good. Augustine's got 4 points this quarter.
And Augustine really sizes up these floaters perfectly, Kevin. Makes it hard for the defense to get a hand up on time.
Shea up top, pass to Griffin. And he drops it in from the low post. Griffin's got 7 points. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Lakers on top, up by 15. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Brooks. Kennard is out there with Griffin. Then it's Che. And it's Maker in at the 5. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons.
Well, that's one man never afraid to punch it. Give LeBron a path to the bucket, and the finish is going to be something in a poster.
Che outside. Off target with his 3.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Here's Caruso. The teardrop falls in. And the Lakers lead by 19.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Che passes to Maker. Back to Che. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
James banked in off the glass. James has got 29.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And a different look here for the Pistons. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Maker. Doumbouya comes in for Blake Griffin. Josh Jackson's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Brooks. And here's Che outside. But they'll get another chance. Here's Cousins. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And, you know, Cousins is a wrecking ball inside, guys. Effective at using his size to draw the contact close to the rim. He's a hard guy to defend.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Cook, the pass to James. Back to Cook. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up, scanning the floor and finding the open man.
It's good from long range.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
And the foul called on Shea. That's his first foul.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And James gets it to go. James has got 31 points.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Good on the three-point shot.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Bucket is good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days. Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
Free throw no good for Che.
You know, even though it took him a minute to get into the league, every basketball fan out there knew Che's name before he ever set foot on an NBA court.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Fires the three. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
And looking at the matchup with the Heat, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Che kicks to Jackson. From deep, Che. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game. Lakers leading by 12. Passes it to Early. From the high post. And the Lakers get it back. Here is Cook. Covered by Che. 6 to shoot. LeBron is doubled over Jackson. And again, no good by the Lakers. The Pistons have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's Richardson. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And it's Cook with the ball for the Lakers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead, and the Lakers call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys, things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Shea's shot is off.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Floats it up for James. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
When the lob is in the right spot for him, LeBron is never going to miss a chance to do something special throwing it down.
Griffin trying to get open, and it's Che missing.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Los Angeles.
One of the areas that has been critical for them, the second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
A huge factor in this one, Kevin. The hustle on the offensive glass, the willingness to go after those rebounds, that was key.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Kept alive early, lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Lakers lead by 16.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
Griffin hits them both.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Kuzma passes to James. Felder surveying the floor. And the pass to Kuzma. Here's Felder. And here is LeBron. Pass to Augustine. And the foul called on Shea. That'll be his second foul of the game. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
That's good. Let's do that. Hey, Che.
Hey, what's
we're
up,
all
guys?
real glad that you're here and with this commercial and help us creatively. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. So, look, I don't really know what I'm doing exactly, so, you know, I'm not a great actor or anything like that.
Oh, not a problem. There are a few things we want you to say. Just, it's simple stuff. Just be yourself, and we should get you out of here pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, whatever you want, man.
Great. So here's the rundown. You're into beats because they help you block out from distractions. You're a professional athlete. Everybody wants a piece of you, the media, the fans, agents, whatever you relate to. But with beats, you're able to disappear into a headspace, block it all out.
Hey, but I have lines, though, right?
Yeah, just make sure you emphasize the right words. That's important for our message.
Okay, I got you.
I'll break it down to 4 parts. First, how do I block out distractions? Beats.
Got you.
Second, wherever I go, I gotta have my beats.
Gotta have my beats.
Third, with revolutionary, pure adaptive noise-canceling technology.
Okay.
Fourth, I hear my music, not the noise.
Got you.
Think you're ready to give it a shot?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Okay. I'll count it down, 3, 2, 1, then I'll point to you, and you can just let it rip.
Cool.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
How do I block out distractions? Beats. Wherever I go, I gotta have my beats. With revolutionary, pure adaptive noise-canceling technology. hear the music, not the noise.
There is the WNBA in NBA 2K now. That's really cool because it's the first year that we were doing it. How do you think this helps the league?
Oh man, it helps us out so much. I mean, I'm not a gamer, so I'm not really into it, but you know,
for the protection of the players and boards, any violators will be removed and are subject to arrest and prosecution.
Up next, the Hornets taking on the Pistons.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, a pretty equal matchup tonight. They're hoping to grab a road win, a yardstick game as they try to reach that next level. One thing we're seeing, Kenny, certain teams that started off hot are now falling by the wayside.
Man, that happens every year, Arnie. This is nothing new. No surprise. Everyone does it. The league catches up to them at some point.
You know, after teams adjust to you, you have to adjust back. If you can't,
Shows you weren't all that to begin with.
Ah, very true, very true. Here's Kevin Harlan as we get ready for the tip.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
You look at Shea. He's there in the top 10 in the Eastern Conference voting. The fans have really gotten behind him.
And that's the way it should be. Kevin, you could make a case that he should be a starter, but there's just so many great players in the East. Just being in the top 10 shows how much respect the fans have for him.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Griffin is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Josh Jackson. Then it's Jay. And it's Kennard in at the shooting guard. And for the Hornets, Bridges out there with Washington. And there's Monk. Then it's Thompson. And it's Graham in at the point guard. Looking at the season so far, Steve, feels like every perimeter player is working on that step-back three. What's making that shot so popular?
You know, I think, Kevin, now in this stage, there's no hand checking. So you already have spacing. And now to be able to step back and knock down a three, it creates more. Back in the day with hand checking, it would have been hard to step back with an arm grabbing you and holding you. So I think guys are, you know, somewhat playing by the rules and using their rules to their advantage.
Great explanation.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Cousins, he can't get it to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. The feed to Graham. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time. 3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
Now, here's Monk. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 5. A 3 ball. Kennard with the rebound. The Pistons have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Floats it up for Cousins. Hammers the alley-oop through.
I loved him being aggressive right there. DeMarcus is a big target at the rim.
Graham, the pass to Thompson. He dishes it to Monk. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
And that one misses.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard it. Kid just plays with an edge.
For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Graham surveying the floor. Now Bridges. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Shea dishes to Griffin. Bridges with the board.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. The pass to Shea. Back to Jackson. In the corner, it's Griffin. Hornets with the rebound. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
Now here's Che to stop the run. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Bridges. He can't get that one. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And he gets the bucket. Cousins has got his second bucket tonight.
You see the feel from DeMarcus Cousins, tracking down the miss, then making good on the second chance opportunity.
Graham with the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy.
On the court for the Pistons, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Griffin. Then it's Che. Then it's Josh Jackson. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Che in the last game against the Lakers played very well. He scored 28 points and drained a few from downtown. That was just the latest in a solid string of performances from him. Obviously looking to keep the momentum going here this evening. See how he does, Kevin.
Nice work, David. Thank you. Greg, he did some fantastic things in that. He made a huge impact.
And I look for him to try and repeat that performance here tonight. I really do.
And I'm sure Coach is hoping for that as well, but every night's different. Who knows, maybe someone else will have to step up this time.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. Pistons have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
The Hornets have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Detroit's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Che from deep 3. The Pistons keeping it alive, a new 14. Griffin kicks to Che. And he uses the glass on the layup. Che's got his second basket.
Great look by Blake Griffin. When your foreman has that ability to pass the basketball, it's a major advantage.
Here's Enquist. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. 5 points in the game.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Here's Che. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Miles Bridges.
He's just relentless in his approach. Makes Che a very difficult guy to defend.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead. Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Three-pointer drills the three-pointer. Che's got the lead up to 2 now for Detroit.
You need guys who can space the floor for you. Che can do that and so much more.
In the corner, it's Monk.
And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Graham, covered by Che. And here is Graham. Great D that time from Che. Launches it. Not going to go that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
They weren't aggressive on the glass. They weren't blocking out. That puts you behind the 8 ball every single time.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Batum, good.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Pistons trailed by 4. Shea up top. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Shea's got 10 points in the quarter.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Pass to Graham. 1:37 left in the first half of the game. Bridges, no one around him. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Another miss by Che. Hornets leading by 5. Here's Monk, 11 points in the game. We've got 1:08 left now here in the second. No good on the triple. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, sometimes the matchups just aren't in your favor no matter what you do. And it seems like your opponent does it better.
You know, they were reacting rather than dictating. I thought they played scared all night.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
To the paint. The jump hook, good, and the assist goes to Che. And it's 6 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
Staying open to what develops, one of Che's biggest strengths as a playmaker.
Graham kicks to Monk. Dishes it to Graham. 5 on the clock. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Back to Che. From deep. The shot comes out. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Really an incredible game from Malik Monk.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
What can you say? Shooting is a premium in this league, and you can see why.
We've got Bridges. Washington out there with Thompson. And there's Monk, and it's Graham in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's Bridges, and the rejection by Cousins.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game. Perfect play to run there to get a clean look.
Hornets leading by 5. Pass to Washington. He feeds it to Graham. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
And it's Shea missing.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Back to Cousins. Shea left side. Outside for Jackson. Shoots over Bridges. And that one hits back iron.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Up top, Graham. Pass to Washington. Another shot. And it's laid up and in by Thompson. Thompson's got his second basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Kennard, the pass to Shea. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well-designed play. Shea catching in rhythm and delivering.
Hornets leading by 6. Charlotte calls timeout. Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high motion offense with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch.
The Hornets have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. One misses for Martin. Pistons trailed by 7. Here's Shea. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Richardson against Rozier. Kicks it to Thompson. Now, here's Rozier. He's got 8. Shoots. Second chance shot, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Aggressive defense, too aggressive. Thompson goes up strong and draws the foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Maker. Griffin comes in for Doom Boyer. And it's Luke Kennard in for Bruce Brown.
I'll tell you, Richardson at the line, remarkable progression over his first few years in the league.
The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Washington's checked in for the Hornets. Rozier with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. 1:11 left in the third quarter of the game. Four on the clock. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Griffin, here we go. Good, and the assist goes to Shea. Shea's got his 4th assist in this one.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Bridges against Griffin. Outside, Batum. Rozier with the ball. Shea's there. Yep, that one goes in there.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, this offense is there.
Here's Richardson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Poor defensive effort. Can't stop Richardson from scoring. Then compounds the situation with the foul.
Charlotte making a switch here. Monk's checked in. 11 seconds left in the third. From deep three-point range, offline.
Wonderful effort by Blake just to get out to be able to contest that shot.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Hornets lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth, we've got Josh Richardson. Griffin is out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Shea in at the 1 spot.
You know, it's not just the power of Griffin, it's the skill set. Reliable inside.
Batum scanning the floor. Now the pass to Washington. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Washington's got his first points of the night. Shea outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Attacking in the lane. Shea embracing the physicality of this game.
Free throw, good. Shea. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. They've led by as many as 11 points. On the wing, Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Griffin with some nice D.
I'm not sure if anyone on the team has the green light from there. Definitely not him.
It's the kind of shot that gives hero ball a bad name and causes your coach to consider another line of work.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Talk about a guy who's willing to work. Shea did all 4 years of college, fought through the combine, fought through summer league, and look at him now.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And both free throws good for Shea.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Graham kicks to Monk. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
I tell you, Monk can fill it up in a hurry. Well, once he gets on fire, the D knows they're going to be in for a long night.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. One guy who's been getting it done is Malik Monk.
Good decision to regather. Talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down on the offensive end.
Richardson the pass to Shea. It's blocked. Here's Graham, defended by Griffin. Graham with the bucket. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
And he gets it to go.
And right there you see an underrated aspect to Cousins' game. Terrific instincts, senses the open man.
Here's Graham, covered by Shea. Now Monk. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Richardson.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Josh Jackson's checked in for Richardson. The Pistons trailing. Shea outside. Feeds it to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
The incredible wingspan of DeMarcus. Doesn't have to get too far off the ground to throw it down.
Here's Graham, covered by Shea. Pass to Monk. Detroit with the rebound. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Shea. Jackson dishes to Griffin. Nice hit again, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And that is a foul. It's on the Charlotte Hornets.
Blake is so hard to guard off the dribble, and he has the elevation to go over you, but he is strong enough to absorb contact and get to the line.
Blake Griffin hits them both.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
The 11-footer. It's hauled in by Che. The Pistons leading. To the middle. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Che's got 11 points here in just the second half. Charlotte calls timeout.
And Coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear James Borrego coaching his team during the break. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. We'll see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
Basket good. Washington's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Here's Graham, covered by Che, out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Rozier, he's checked in for Charlotte. And both free throws good for Che.
And typically not this reliable at the line, but tonight he's been terrific.
Rozier kicks to Bridges. Charlotte moving the ball around. Back to Rozier. 5 to shoot. Che with the block.
Nice job of attacking that shot. Che wants to intimidate you.
And Cousins throws it down.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Charlotte calls timeout.
And coach most likely wants to address their turnover issues. The offense looks forced right now, rush. There's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Che.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this, and on the road no less. And here is Monk. To the left side wing. Now, here's Rozier. He's tightly guarded. Shot clock at 2. Rebound, Detroit. To the inside. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
And the Pistons making a change here. Richardson's checked in. Hornets trail by 8. 1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Monk for 3. shot missing. And it's Detroit the other way. Shea kicks to Richardson. Good, and the assist goes to Shea. Richardson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Pistons. Steve, nothing finer than having a star on your team who also makes everyone else feel better, feel involved, right?
You're totally right, Kevin. I talked to a lot of these general managers and owners, and they talk about they're looking for the unselfish star. Not just the star, the unselfish star. And what they mean by that, on the court, off the court, the guy that understands it's about team versus him.
So the first one drops, and that brings them to within 10.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
Outside Jackson, picked off in midair. And now the fast break, Bridges with the ball. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Shea from deep three. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Monk with the ball, and it's Richardson picking him up. Beyond the arc. The shot by Monk is no good. Detroit's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Chang, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Here's Monk. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thompson passes to Rozier. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Monk. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And Monk is a good shooter from the mid-range. He's only going to get better the more he looks to shoot from there.
And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And the Hornets call time here. They're down by 8. 23 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
Here's Martin. Outside, Simmons. Misses the three. Detroit with the ball. 8-point game. Stolen by McDaniels. Out to the right wing. Martin for three. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The unbelievable effort. Thompson, a dedicated warrior on the offensive glass.
And so it's Detroit with the W. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Hey, man, Shaq here. Nice win for you guys tonight. Talk about any edges you felt you had coming in.
I don't know if we call it an edge, man, but I thought our decision-making as a group was really solid tonight. We're making good reads, finding the right moments to cut, delivering passes on time, all essential when the game's separated by just a few buckets.
Thought I was watching Golden State, but I was watching you.
You're asking me? I'm all for it. If you can start work at 18 in any other field, why not the NBA? Look, you can vote at 18. You can join the Army at 18. You can drive at 18. Why can't you play in the NBA if you're 18? Look, if you're good enough, you're good enough. Simple as that. Luckily, we seem to be